Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give our praises to Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Kakadash. Double honors to Elder Prophet Ray Millstone, who told me the truth and rule well. Peace, blessing, and salutation. I come out there, scatter abroad to the four corners of earth. That sermon is truth and true sincerity. To I say Shalom. This is Brother Nabala, continuing the video in the spirit. And the top of this video is going to be about being sober. And when I say sober, that doesn't mean, physically, by like not indulging in excessive drinking, I'm talking about being spiritually sober, by being on your watch, and also physically too, man. Don't be out here just always needing to drink or always, got that on your mind of always partaking in drinking excess alcohol. We're in the times where we're going to have to be on our watch. We're going to have to be sharp, man. So it's going to call to dial back on some things, and there's nothing wrong, brothers say it's nothing wrong with having a drink, having a couple drinks, but always excessively drinking and always feel like you got to be a little buzz, a little something like that. We're in the times where it was not wise to do that. The reason why I say that because I watched the movie one battle after another. I watched it twice. When you watch something the first time, you're watching it, you catch stuff here and there, but when you watch it again, then you get a little deeper insight about it. And in the movie, the head actor Leonardo DiCaprio, he had to go on a run. He had to go on a run. He was a part of this rebellion group. And they ended up about to get caught up in some shit, so he had to go on a run. So he was on a run for 15, 16, 17 years because he had a daughter. So the daughter, I think, was 16 or 17. So he's on a run for that long. Before he went on a run, he had one of the dudes that was part of the group, gave him a rundown, gave him an envelope that had secret coding, you say, like secret talk for them to only know and stuff like that. So the dude who helped him in the beginning, and 15 years ago, he ended up getting apprehended. And when he got apprehended, they set him down in that room, was talking to him, and then they put the pressure on him. And he ended up what? He ended up squealing, giving up people's locations and stuff like that. So, and they also had set up that if that was to ever happen, if any one of them was to ever get taken and they, had to end up snitching, because that's ultimately what they had to do, that they had to set up for whoever wasn't caught to call around and let everybody know what's happening to get on guard, and basically have a rendezvous point. So, while that was taking, so 15 years passed, and the people who were after this group back then came back around, and was coming back after them. So when Leonardo DiCaprio, his character, when he got the call and he was greeted with those cold words, he wasn't sharp, he didn't remember everything, and that's showing you right there and that's where I got the inspiration for this lesson, that we have to be sharp, we have to be sober, we have to always be on our watch, man, especially the times that we're living in now, because he is getting ready to roll, man. So we ain't got time to be relaxed or slacking. We gotta be sharper more than ever, man. And that's why we have to make sure that we be sober. That means don't get caught up in the things of this world. Don't get caught up in the cares of this life. Don't let these things hinder you or get in your way and make you take your eye off the prize, man. We can't afford to, because we never know when shit's about to pop off, like really pop off. Yeah, we see how things are stirring up, but still you don't want to be with shit hit the fan, or you scattering, you trying to get your shit together. You want to have it together, man, because when this shit does pop off, all we gonna have is what? Our faith and trust in Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Yeah, we know the Lord is going to be with us and guide us, but still, if you ain't been taking precautions, you ain't been preparing yourself as well, then hey man, I don't know. So this is 1 Peter 5:7. It says, casting all your care upon him, for he cared for you. So that's what we're supposed to do. Casting all our care upon Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. It says, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. Yeah, he see whom he may devour, man. You know, we see the snares being set up. We see the traps being set up, man. We see how the I don't want to call it the movement, but how the Hebrew Israelites are being put more in the limelight, man. We see it, you know, and how they're trying to talk evil about us and evil against us, man. So we see these things getting ready to take place, man. So that's how we have to make sure that we are being sober, being vigilant. That's talking about being spiritually sober, man. Not being distracted. Can't lie. It's not time for distractions, man. It's time for us to be locked in. You know, because we see what's going on, man. We still in the beginning of this year, and we see what's going on, man. So it's only gonna get worse. And what is our job? Our job is to be watchmen. So if you're a watchman, I mean, you're constantly on the watch. You're constantly on the lookout. You're constantly seeing what's going on. You're not taking no time. You're not taking no days off. You're not taking no break. You know, this is Ezekiel 3:17. It says, Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore hear the word of my mouth and give them warning from me. Yeah, the Lord has made us watchmen of the house of Israel. That means we have to give them warning. That means we have to be paying attention to what's going on out here. You know, we can't be caught off guard, man. We can't be in the not knowing. We have to know what's going on. We have to, like, he is watching us. We watching him too, and that's how we supposed to be. So we can give that proper warning, to Israelites, man, to the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. So hopefully it reaches the ears of the elect. That's what we're supposed to do, and that's our duty as being men of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, because the times that we're living in is very prophetic times, man. So we have to see what's going on, not just over here in this country, but around the world, man. Because it's a lot of things going on around the world that ties into to biblical prophecy, man. So let me grab this. This is Luke 21. And hold on. Come over here. I want to grab it in the blue letter as well. It's Luke 21 and 34. I'm gonna grab it in the NLT. It says, watch out, don't let your hearts be dulled by carousing and drunkenness and by the words of this life. Don't let that day catch you unaware. Like a trap, for that day will come upon everyone living on the earth. It says, keep alert at all times and pray that you might be strong enough to escape these coming horrors and stand before the Son of Man. Yeah. So don't let that day come catch you unaware. The day of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, the day of the Lord. But also, while we lead up to that day, you know, the day of trouble. You know, these troubled days that's approaching. Don't let them catch you unaware. You know, don't be out here slacking. You know, and what do I mean by that? Don't be out here not reading. Don't be out here not studying. Don't be out here not getting your videos in. You know, don't be out here not fully tapped into the spirit like we're supposed to be, man. Because that can be your downfall, not being fully tapped in, man. And then what did Apostle Art coin this year? The year apostasy, agents, and sellouts, man. So we got to make sure we locked in, because hey, man, you don't want to be the one that falls out, man, that wavers, that's faint-hearted, because you haven't been fully locked in. You know, you get caught off guard because you out here playing around, and playtime is over. And that's the topic of another video that I'm going to do. But yeah, playtime is over, man. So knowing that playtime is over, what should we be doing? I'm going to come back over here. Turn this down a little bit. This is Ephesians 5:15. As a matter of fact, I'm going to start at 14. It's like give me a second. Throat a little dry. Alright, Salaki. It says, wherefore, this is Ephesians 5:14. It says, wherefore he saith, awake, thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead, and the Mashiach shall give thee light. And it's talking about out of that deep sleep that you was in, man. You know, that the world had you in. That deep sleep. You know, when you didn't know what was going on. You know, you was just walking around here as the rest of these people out here in the world. You know, believing in the lie. But when you awake, when the Lord puts a spirit in you to wake up and to come into this truth, into this knowing, what? He's going to give you light. And what is light meant to do? It's meant to shine, man. It's meant to be a guide for you. And that's what Yahushua is for us. He's that guide. So verse 15, it says, see then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. Yeah, we got to be circumspect. We got to be on our watch, man, on the lookout. It just said that in that Luke. Watch out. Got to be on the watch, man, on the lookout. This is serious. And our apostles say that a lot, especially Apostle Gabar. This is serious. What we're a part of is serious. You know, we have to know was the things that are down the road for us, man. You know, being in this truth, being a part of this journey, you know, doing this walk is not a light thing. When you look at the prophets, man, their lives were not just easy, man, and some things that they had to endure were not easy. And a lot of prophets were put to death, man. A lot. So if that's a lot to have to go through that, what? We have to prepare ourselves for that. And if you're not prepared to go through that, what? You could bug out. You can bug out, man. And we ain't in time we need to be bugging out. We need to be time we are strong, where our foundation is solid. Where no matter what it is that we're going to go through, that we pray to the Lord to give us the strength to go through it, to give us the spirit to go through it. So that's why we have to be circumspect, you know, not as fools, man, because we are in evil days, you know. It says, wherefore be ye not unwise, but understanding what the will of the Lord is, and be not drunk with the wine wherein is excess, but be filled with the Spirit. Yeah, gotta be filled with the Spirit, man. That goes to that Ephesians 6:10, the next chapter over. Putting on that whole armor. We have to make sure we're putting on the whole armor of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Because what does it say? We don't fight against flesh and blood, man. Matter of fact, I'm gonna come over there. This is Ephesians 6:10. It says, finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of Yahweh, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Yeah, that's what we're fighting against. Spiritual wickedness in high places, man. If you're not out here on your watch, man, Satan gonna mess with you, man. Satan gonna put stumbling blocks in your way, and if you allow those stumbling blocks to allow you to fall, man, it's not gonna be good for you. So that's why it says to be filled with the Spirit. We have to be filled with the Spirit of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, and we're gonna be okay. So I'm gonna come over here. I'm gonna grab this. This is 2 Ezra 16 and 74. It says, "Hear, O ye my beloved, saith the Lord, behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. Be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for Yahweh is your guide, and the guide of them who keep my commandments and precepts, saith the Lord. Let not your sins weigh you down, and let not your iniquities lift up themselves." Yeah, So the Lord said, don't be afraid, man. Don't be afraid or doubt, man. He said, we are the days of trouble are at hand, but I'll deliver you from the same. He said he's going to be our guide. He's going to be a guide unto who? The one who's kept his commandments, man. Who's been truly serving him in truth and sincerity, you know. Being occupied in prophecy. Always abounding in the word of truth, man. You know, being diligent. Giving diligence to make their calling and election sure. That's who the Lord's going to be a guide unto. So that's how we have to be. And that's how we have to continue to be all the way into the end, man. So, just another video just to, you know, keep in mind, you know, exhort. You know, we got to be sober, man. We got to be on our watch more than ever, because Esau is going around seeking who he may devour, and don't let him get it, brothers. That's why we got to stay, like Apostle Ricard said in his video earlier this year. We got to stay prayed up constantly in prayer, man. Because Yahweh Shai is our protection. So that's pretty much it. Lord willing, this video is edifying. I'm gonna close out by giving our praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Kakadash.